Hey everybody, how's it going, eh? Todd, the Cheap Drums Guy. I might have to have my videos start being directed by Quentin Tarantino or something like that, because I'm getting so big and popular, you know. But down here in the basement, on what is going to look up to be a beautiful day, Saturday in February in northern Michigan, the temperatures are going to be in the mid 40s, can you believe it? Which is very odd for this time of year, but I'll take it. Anywho, I don't have any new gear to go over. No new accessories or anything, because my wife is holding on to my money like it's a brand new box of Girl Scout cookies. She's not giving it up. So we got to work with what we have. Now I'm fortunate that my 3 drum sets are all made of 3 different types of wood. My Drum Zone kit, which is an unbranded kit, it's my first kit, and one I got from Goodwill, is made of poplar. Poplar is a hardwood. It's one of the softer of the hardwoods, very commonly used in building, mainly in trim and whatnot, but it also makes very fine drum shells. It's a nice tone wood, very warm. My Sound Percussion Lab kit is made of birch, which a lot of the beginning intermediate sets are made of birch. It's a very good tone wood. It projects quite a bit, very bright. My Premier kit, which is a 1988 APK, is made of eucalyptus and Meranti. What the hell is Meranti, Todd? Well, I'm gonna told you. Meranti is also known as Luan or Philippine mahogany, which is kind of a misnomer because mahogany is not indigenous to the Philippines. However, Meranti is a very common wood in Southeast Asia. Philippine mahogany is just a name that it was given, but it's also quite common. But the eucalyptus kind of throws me off, putting both of them together. So the set is actually like eucalyptus and mahogany. Okay, whatever. To me, it's sort of like birch. It's pretty dense, and it projects a great deal. I mean, these drums have a lot of tone. Even with Evans heads on it, the hydraulic heads, it projects quite a bit. But I wanted to try an interesting experiment today that I haven't done at all. And this kind of came to me the other day when I was delivering to a customer, and he opened his garage, and his son had a drum set in there. It was a Percussion Plus, inexpensive set. He had the resonant heads taken off the kit. The front bass drum head, the resonant, was missing, and the bottom heads on the toms were missing. But I've never done a video with the sounds like that, with the heads removed. So it's like a concert tom, and then go over the sounds of that, and then the sounds. Now I'm going to keep the batter heads the way they are, but I'm going to put the resonant heads back on the drum. And there's different ways to tune them, i.e. having the resonant head toned a pitch lower than your batter heads, and also having your batter heads or your resonant heads toned a pitch higher. And again, keeping the batter heads the way they are, to show you the tonal differences in the two for new drummers and whatnot. And I'm kind of curious what this is going to be like and how much of a difference. So why don't we do that right now, and I just shut up, okay? Let's switch to that view. All right, here we go with our APK, and again, which is made of eucalyptus and Meranti. And if I show you underneath, the drums are finished in black from the factory like that. Now, Meranti is not a good wood for humid environments, but as long as it's sealed, it holds up quite well. So anyways, as you can see, the reso heads have been removed, and we're going to go do a little sound check here with just the batters on it. And again, a lot of people, I think, take their resonant heads off because maybe they just don't want to deal with the tuning, or they're not really qualified to tune their own drums, and this is just easier for them. But anyways, let's just go over what these sound like without the resos on it. worthless. And that's minus the resos. Let's put the resos on now. All right, now we're back with the resonant heads tuned to a lower pitch than the top heads. Now, just a disclaimer right offhand, I haven't retuned this drum setup, so it's probably out of tune a little bit, but for this test it should be fine. You can hear the differences in the sound. But again, the batter heads have not been changed, just the reso head has been dropped to a lower pitch, and this is what the toms sound like the way it is. And the floor tom. Okay, and the last step, again with the batter heads, still the same way as from the first video, but the resonant heads are tuned a pitch higher, and we'll go over the sounds of that right now. And the floor tom. A little bit of difference. All right, let's throw one more in here for shits and giggles. Now, this time, I have the resonant head cranked up a lot harder than I usually do. Now, when I say like below pitch or above pitch, I even out the heads, both reso and batter. And then when I go a pitch down, it's usually a quarter turn, or a pitch up, a quarter turn above the top head. This time, for the resonant heads, I did a full, complete turn. So it's a lot higher tuned than the batter. And this is what it sounds like. Very bright. As you can see, with the resonant heads cranked up, the drums became quite bright. So that's a little test. Now, personally, I like it with the resonant head tuned about a pitch lower than the batter heads. That's just the way I like it. But when that resonant head's cranked quite a bit, not, you know, snare side tight, but still cranked up quite a bit than what I'm used to doing. Boy, the drums are very loud. They project quite a bit. But then again, that has a lot to do with the density of the wood. Not the shells so much, because these are, you know, Evans hydraulics, and they are kind of a duller sounding head for that fat sound. But when that reso is cranked up quite a bit, the drums really still do project quite a bit. And I think we're losing a little bit because of my carpet down here. But all in all, I thought it was a pretty good check and pretty good little test to see what it would do, because I've never done it before. So, I mean, it's a learning experience for me. And if you're new to all this, pretty much like I am, every little bit you have under your belt makes you smarter and wealthier. So anyways, I'm Todd, the Cheap Drums Guy, and you people have a good day.